Have you ever felt like your mind is full of negative thoughts? You try to stay strong, but fear, sadness, or stress just won't leave you alone. You smile in front of others, but deep inside, you're struggling. Your heart is tired. You feel like no one understands. But what if I told you, even in those silent, painful moments, Allah is protecting you? Yes, even when your thoughts are heavy and your heart is weak, Allah is with you. He sees every tear, every fear, and every silent prayer. In this video, on Deen Xplorers, we will talk about a topic that touches all of us: how Allah protects your mind from negative thoughts. In a world filled with pressure, pain, and endless worries, many of us forget that Allah never leaves us alone. He gives us light, comfort, and strength in beautiful ways, sometimes through the Quran, sometimes through heartfelt du'as, and sometimes by teaching us patience and trust. These three ways are powerful and life-changing. They are not just words, they are real gifts from Allah to help us fight negativity, sadness, and fear. This is a journey for your heart, a message of hope for your soul. And before we begin, I kindly ask you to like, comment, and subscribe to Deen Xplorers. It helps us reach more hearts and souls who need reminders like this. Now let's begin and explore how Allah, in His perfect wisdom and mercy, protects your beautiful mind from falling into darkness. Way 1. Through the Quran, a light for the heart and mind. Have you ever felt like the world was too heavy for your heart? Like your mind was spinning with thoughts you couldn't control? Fear, doubt, sadness, confusion? These emotions can come crashing into our lives, sometimes for no clear reason. At those moments, it's easy to feel powerless. But dear brother, dear sister, you are not powerless. You are not alone. Because Allah, the most merciful, has given you a gift that holds the power to heal your heart and protect your mind. That gift is the Holy Quran. The Quran is not just a book with words. It is a living miracle. It is a source of light in times of darkness, a shield when your thoughts turn against you, and a cure when nothing else brings peace. Allah calls it guidance. He calls it healing. He calls it mercy. What you are holding when you open the Quran is not just a book. You are holding the words of your Creator. Words that know your pain, words that speak to your soul, and words that were sent down to lift you when you fall. When negative thoughts enter your mind, the Quran enters your heart like rain on dry soil. It gives life to your tired spirit. You might be surrounded by voices that bring you down. But when you listen to the Quran, the voice of Allah lifts you up. It tells you that you are loved. It reminds you that you are never forgotten. The verses speak to your deepest wounds and bring comfort no human voice can give. Think about this. When you read or hear the Quran, you are hearing Allah Himself speak to you. That alone is enough to make the pain in your heart soften. The Quran tells you stories of prophets who were tested, rejected, and isolated. It tells you how they stayed strong. It reminds you that every hardship is followed by ease, that no sadness lasts forever, and that every tear you shed is seen by your Lord. The words of the Quran do not only inform the mind, they transform the soul. Sometimes, the mind becomes a battlefield. You feel attacked by your own thoughts, thoughts of failure, thoughts of not being good enough, thoughts that make you question your worth. But the Quran is your protection. It becomes a barrier between you and those thoughts. It is your reminder that you were created with purpose, that your life matters, and that Allah knows what is inside your chest, even when you cannot express it in words. O men, there has come to you an advice from your Lord, and a cure for the ailments of your hearts, and guidance and mercy for the believers. Allah is telling you that the Quran is healing, not for your body, but for your heart. He knows that sometimes the pain is not physical, it's emotional. He knows that the wounds in your heart can't be seen by others, so He sent down His words as medicine, not only to guide you on the outside, but to repair you on the inside. Imagine your mind like a room. If you keep the windows closed and let the darkness grow, it becomes heavy and scary. But when you open the window and the light of the Quran enters, everything begins to change. The air becomes fresh, the darkness fades, and suddenly you can breathe again. That is what happens when you fill your thoughts with the Quran. The negativity has no space to live, because the light of Allah replaces it. And the beauty is, you don't have to read a full chapter. Even one verse can change your mood. Even one sentence from the Quran can give you hope when you are drowning in despair. Even just listening to someone else recite the Quran can calm your mind and bring tears of peace to your eyes. Some people think the Quran is only for scholars or Arabic speakers. That is not true. The Quran is for everyone. You don't need to understand every word to feel its power. Just listening, just reading, just holding it with love, all of these bring blessings. And the more you connect to it, the more your mind becomes strong, calm, and safe from negative thoughts. So the next time your thoughts are heavy and your heart feels weak, open the Quran. Let it speak to you. Let it comfort you. Let it remind you of who you are, a beloved creation of the Most Merciful, protected by His words. This is not imagination. This is not a theory. This is the promise of Allah, and His promise is always true. The Quran is your shield, your healing, your light. And through it, Allah protects your mind like a loving parent wraps their child in warmth and safety. Let the Quran be your safe space, because when you hold the Quran, you are never holding it alone. Allah is with you. Way 2. Through du'as, talking to Allah from the heart. There are moments in life when you feel completely overwhelmed. Your chest feels tight. Your mind is full of thoughts that won't stop. You try to explain what you're going through, but no one really understands. You smile on the outside, but deep down, your heart is crying for relief. At times like this, it feels like there's no one to talk to. But there is someone. Someone who always listens. Someone who understands even your silent tears. That someone is Allah, your Lord, your Creator, your best friend. And the most beautiful way to connect with Him is through du'as, sincere, personal prayers straight from your heart. Making du'a is not just a ritual. It's not only about memorizing words or repeating phrases in Arabic. It's a real conversation. It's you, talking to Allah in the most honest and raw way. You can speak to Him in your own language. You can tell Him what scares you, what breaks you, what you dream about, and what you're too ashamed to tell anyone else. You can cry, you can whisper, or you can just sit in silence letting your heart speak. Allah hears it all. When negative thoughts start taking over your mind, making du'a becomes a lifeline. It's your moment to stop the noise, slow down and say, Ya Allah, help me. You don't need fancy words. You don't need to be perfect. All you need is a heart that turns to Allah. That alone is powerful. That alone is healing. Because no matter how messy your thoughts are, when you talk to Allah, everything starts to make sense again. You might be thinking, why would Allah listen to me? I've made mistakes. I'm not religious enough. But Allah's doors are always open. He never turns away the one who calls upon Him. Your sins don't scare Him. Your tears don't bother Him. In fact, your tears are precious to Him. Every time you make du'a, even if it's just a whisper, it rises up to the heavens. And Allah, in His infinite mercy, listens with love. Du'a changes everything. It may not change your situation right away, but it changes you. It makes your mind stronger. It replaces fear with hope. It turns sadness into patience. It teaches you to trust in Allah's plan, even when you can't see it. The more you talk to Allah, the more your heart learns to let go of worry, because you know that the one who controls everything is listening to you. And don't ever think that your du'a is too small or too big. Whether it's something simple like peace of mind, or something deep like healing from years of pain, He can give it. He wants you to ask. He loves when you ask. Because du'a is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of belief. It shows that you know where true strength comes from. Your Lord has said, "Call me, I will respond to you." Definitely, those who show arrogance against worshipping me shall enter Jahannam, hell, with disgrace. A divine guarantee that when you raise your hands, your voice reaches the Lord of the worlds. So never give up, never think your du'as are being ignored. Sometimes, the answer is delayed because Allah is preparing something better for you. Sometimes, the answer is hidden in peace that enters your heart. But every du'a is heard. Every du'a matters. You don't have to wait for a special moment. You don't have to be in the masjid or in wuzu. You can make du'a while sitting, lying down, walking, crying, or just thinking. Even if all you say is, "Ya Allah, help me," it is enough. Allah knows what is behind that simple plea. He knows your struggles, and He is closer to you than your jugular vein. So, whenever your thoughts feel heavy and your heart is restless, make du'a. Open your hands and your heart. Speak to your Lord like a child speaks to a loving parent. Be honest, be real, be present, and watch how Allah brings calm to your storm, strength to your mind, and peace to your heart. Du'a is your direct line to the most powerful. Use it, trust it, live by it, and let Allah protect your mind through the beautiful act of pouring your soul into His care. Way 3, through patience and trust. There are times in life when everything feels like it's falling apart. Your thoughts are scattered. Your heart feels heavy. It's like you're walking through a storm, and no matter where you turn, there is no shelter. The negative thoughts come in waves. Why is this happening to me? Will I ever be okay? Is Allah even listening to me? These questions don't make you weak. They make you human. But in those very moments, when your soul is trembling and your mind is full of darkness, Allah is protecting you through patience and trust. Patience is not just about waiting. It's not about forcing a smile while you're breaking inside. True patience is strength. It's the quiet power of holding on when everything inside you wants to let go. It's believing that Allah sees your struggle even when no one else does. It's choosing to say, "I trust you, Ya Allah," even when your mind is full of fear and confusion. Trusting Allah is like placing your heart in His hands and saying, "Even if I don't understand this pain, I know you do." When you trust Him, you're saying, "I believe there's wisdom in this, even if I can't see it right now." That trust becomes a shield. It protects your thoughts from falling too deep into despair. It keeps you from giving up. You see, patience is not about pretending you're okay. It's about knowing that with every hardship, Allah is watching over you, guiding you, and preparing you for something greater. Sometimes the hardest part of life is not the pain itself, but the thoughts that come with it. The doubt, the worry, the fear of the future. But when you truly trust in Allah's plan, those thoughts begin to fade. Why? Because you stop trying to carry everything by yourself. Allah tests those He loves. The pain you feel isn't punishment, it's purification. It's preparation. Just like gold is purified through fire, your soul becomes stronger through the trials you face. And the more you are patient, the more you trust, the more Allah lifts you. Not only in this life, but in the next. The angels record every sigh, every tear, every silent moment of patience. Nothing is wasted with Allah. When you choose patience over panic and trust over doubt, you are not weak. You are showing deep faith. You are saying to your own mind, "I will not be ruled by fear. I have a Lord who is greater than my problems," and that is how Allah protects your thoughts, not always by removing the problem, but by strengthening you. So whenever your thoughts are dark, whenever negativity tries to take over your heart, remind yourself, this is not the end. This is a test, and my Lord is with me. Speak those words to yourself every morning, every night, and every time you feel overwhelmed. Remind yourself that patience is not weakness, it's worship. Trust is not blind, it's the clearest vision you can have. The vision that sees beyond the pain and into the wisdom of Allah. Maybe you're in a difficult phase right now. Maybe your heart is tired. But please know this, Allah has not forgotten you. He is closer to you than anyone else. He knows your struggle. And if you stay patient, if you keep trusting, He will protect your mind, your heart, and your soul. He will give you peace that no one can take away. Patience and trust are your weapons. Use them. Let them be your light in the darkness. And watch how Allah brings healing, not just to your life, but to your thoughts, your emotions, and your very soul. Dear brothers and sisters, if you are going through pain, if your mind is tired and your heart feels like it's drowning in sadness or fear, know that Allah is with you. He is always watching over you, protecting you in ways you may not even see. Through His beautiful words in the Quran, through the sincere du'as you whisper in the night, and through the powerful patience and trust that He puts in your heart, Allah is helping you every step of the way. He knows your struggles even when others don't. He hears your silent prayers, your cries in sujood, and the thoughts you hide behind your smile. So do not give up. Keep turning to Him. Keep trusting Him. Even when you don't understand the reason for your pain, believe that there is mercy in it. Believe that your Lord is closer than you think, and He will never leave you broken. If this video brought peace to your heart or reminded you of Allah's love, please like, comment, and subscribe to Deen Xplorers. Share this with someone who might be silently fighting their own battles.